Hey guys, this is Eric from Figure Unboxing, and in this video we're going to take a look at the S.H.Figuarts Perfect Cell Premium Color Edition. And this one is pretty straightforward. I'm pretty sure most of you are familiar with this, and you've probably seen this like 1,000 times. So here's the left of the box, here is the right of the box, and here's the back of the box. And that's not wasting any more time, and bust this thing open and see what we got. Alright, so here we have the figure still in there in the packaging, and it looks like it comes with exactly the same thing as the previous cell. I sold mine a long time ago, so I can't really compare. I'm sorry about that. But let's check out the figure itself. Alright, so here we have the figure itself, and I think the color actually turned out pretty good. Some people might still like the older one better, but I think they both look pretty good in their own way. I don't mind just having this one and not having the other. And the only issue I have with this mold is that I feel like Cell should be a little bit taller and bulkier, but there's nothing we can do about it. They might do a 2.0 version later down the line, but that is in discussion for another day, and let's check out the articulation for this guy. Alright, so for the articulation, let's quickly go over it from the neck down. He can look up about this much, look down about this much, so he can't really look up and down, but he can turn his head no problem. And the shoulder, you can raise it up about this much, and you do have the bicep swivel. And curl about this much, and you do have the boat wrist. And for the ab crunch, you can actually pull up his body, so it gives you a little bit more range, and you can bend forward about this much, can bend backwards about this much, so that's actually quite good. And you do have the pull down hip, so it gives you a little bit more range, kick up about that much, and you can bend about this much. And the side-to-side pivot for the ankle is not very good due to the design over here, but you do have the toe hinge. And that's it for the articulation, and let's jump straight into the accessories. Alright, so for the accessories, you have a calm looking face from Cell, and that looks pretty good. Alright, so next up we have the shouting face, and that looks pretty good as well. And lastly, we have the smirking face, which is my favorite, and I'm gonna keep this on. Alright, so for the interchangeable hands, he has a pair of key blasting hands, and these are really standard for Dragon Ball figures, and it looks pretty good. Alright, so next up we have some style posing hands, and unfortunately we only have one of each, but they look pretty good though. Alright, so lastly, we have a pair of Kamehameha hands, and they're very nicely painted and sculpted. Alright, so next up we have the Kamehameha effect parts, and I think the coloring on the translucent plastic looks really good this time. I really like this. Alright, so lastly, he came with the interchangeable cross arm, and it looks really good. And I feel like the QC is done really well this time. Nothing is too loose or too tight. When you're swapping the hands around, it feels really smooth. And yeah, good job, Bandai. But anyways, let's jump straight into some action poses. Alright, so first off, we have the fighting pose, and it looks really good. Alright, so next up, we have Cell blocking an attack from Super Vegeta. And next up, we have some kicking action. Some punching. More kicking. Alright, so lastly, we have him raping Gohan, and let's jump straight into the size comparison. Alright, so for the size comparison, let us start with the S.H.Figuarts Dragon Ball figures, and these are all the 2.0 bodies we have so far. Again, I feel like Cell should be a tiny bit taller, but I think this is okay. I don't think they're going to make a new one anytime soon, and in the meantime, this one will do. Alright, so next up we have the S.H.Figuarts Street Fighter and Masco 112 Daredevil and Punisher. And then next up we have some American IP S.H.Figuarts. And next up, we have the amazing Yamaguchi Spider-Man and Venom. I was actually doing a review for this guy, but I broke off the left leg, so I gotta continue on doing this. So this might be the next review. Alright, so next up, we have the S.H.Figuarts Naruto figures, and I just saw the promo pictures for Uchiha Madara, and it's definitely the best figure I have ever seen in my life. I can't wait for that one. Alright, so lastly, we have some recent Figma figures, and let's jump straight into the final thoughts. Alright, so overall, I do recommend the figure, and I actually like the color quite a lot. As much as I want a new body mold for Cell, I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. And for those of you who didn't buy the first one, I think this is a really good pickup. He cost around $60 at the time of this filming, which I think is reasonable for modern S.H.Figuarts. He comes with a fair amount of accessories, and the quality control is handled very well. But anyways, I think that's it from me. And do let me know in the comments what you guys think about the Super Saiyan God Goku. I know a lot of people are angry about it, but I'm personally okay with it. The new body mode for Goku seems to be really nice. But anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace.